Let me know the test in the mic.
Check.
Check, check. 1, 2. About 15 minutes to kickoff here in Picayune at Lee Triplett Stadium. Indians out of the locker room now, going through some last minute instruction down there in the east end zone. So we're starting a little early here. Any of those out there watching, listening, got Wayne and I's number. Let us know how we are audio and technically if there anything happens during the game. Yeah. Thanks, Jim. Right there. Hey, Josh. You know, there. Jamie G. Hey, just a couple of minutes. Session stand, execute barbecue, and our country team manning the helm tonight in there. Make sure you'll stop by. We get some of the best concessions around. So, hey, our Picayune industry, see, that's a concession stand. And I have the menu right here that they've got kind of great stuff there. Ice cold drinks, nachos, hamburger, sausage dogs. You name they got it. Make sure you stop across the way. Sierra J on North TC. We also have our band boosters, as the East End, and our football boosters out the West End. So snacks and groceries for the strips and things you listen to. And goodness. Another mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Biloxi High School and Picayune tonight's invitation will be given by Miss Kinsley Grace, EMHS, and our side cheer captain. She'll be followed by the presentation of our nation's colors by the Picayune NJROTC. The color guard commander is Cadet Victoria Bludman, who carries the nation's colors. The organizational colors are carried by Cadet Macy Odom. Ceremonial rifle guards are Cadet Harmony Anderson and Cadet Brody Winstead. And then to be followed by the playing of our national anthem by the Picayune Memorial High School Band, direction of Mr. John Cockerell. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your heads for our invitation by Miss Kinsley Grace. Let us bow our heads. Dear Lord, I thank you for this day and allowing us to all come together for a friendly game. I want to thank you for allowing everyone to get here safely, and I pray that everyone has safe travels back. I want to pray over the safety of every athlete, band and color guard member, dancer, and cheerleader. I hope that everyone enjoys the game and no one catches a cramp. In your name we pray. Amen. Maybe that in the past. Pretty good one. I like that.
I'm coming out. I can't figure this out.
It's always on the left.
I know this is.
There you go. No, you had it.
I had to turn it this way.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very tricky.
Got trick microphones for our road games that fold up into nothing, and it doesn't matter which way we try to open it up, it's always wrong.
Well, we are coming to you live here from Picayune, Mississippi, the home of the Picayune Maroon Wave, and tonight's battle is going to be probably a lot on the ground tonight, Elton, as they run the wing tee, and they're going to run the ball probably a good 85% of the time.
Yeah, Picayune comes in with a 2-0 record. They had a 3-point win the first week versus Gulfport, and then won by a couple touchdowns last week over at North Shore in Slidell.
The Indians come in 1-1. Had a really close game against Hines County Central.
Holmes County Central.
It's a tongue twister there. Really probably should have won that game as they dominated the first half and then lost in the second. And then last week, of course, the victory over Pascagoula, and we're going to see what Pascagoula does tonight as they face Ocean Springs. So captains tonight is going to be number 57 for the Indians. That's Santana Decumbe. Number 32, Christian Gibson. Number 23 is Jeremiah Wheaton, and number 17 for the Indians, Azariah McGee.
Yeah, Duncombe is 57, Santana. And I believe Azarion goes by Zay these days.
These days? We'll get you names on the rosters here, the captains for Picayune here if we get a clear view. So number 53 is going to be, that's Javen Bolton. Get other numbers here. The visitor side here is about half as big as the home side, and Elton, our band, takes up almost half of this side.
Yeah, they had one little section roped off, and our director kind of removed that and saw that they weren't going to fit where they had it roped off.
Looks like number 13 is going to be a captain for the Maroon Wave. That's Tanner Rayburn. He's a quarterback. Maybe the big news for Picayune today is their starting quarterback is out with a shoulder injury or some sort of injury, and so they have a sophomore quarterback getting his first start ever.
Yeah, Colt Robertson, a senior, who's actually, I think, been the quarterback for 2 seasons. He's been starting since a sophomore, out this week. So Wayne and I kind of discussed it. Picayune, even though Robertson throws the ball pretty well, is not going to throw more than 5 or 6 passes if they have their way during the game. So I don't know that it's going to, it's going to be a different signal caller and getting into the right play calls maybe as the Indians shift around on defense. But
so Indians win the toss tonight, and they chose to defer. Picayune's going to receive, so they're going to get the ball, and Indians will get the ball after half. And so Picayune is going to take the field. They don't even wait for their captains to get back. They're ready to go. The numbers, we were talking about this earlier, the numbers for Picayune, I've visibly a lot less than what the Indians have. As you talked about, Coach Dubose has done a great job of really growing this program and getting more players out of the field. Here they come. Here come the Indians. We might be standing up something like.
well, only problem is the camera can't stand up any higher. So we're on the top row of the stadium, and I can go up a little bit, maybe an inch or two with the camera, but we may have some issues. It's a good thing you got a crowd here. So remind y'all when we're on the road, the clock and the scoreboard's manual, and I have to actually do the updating. So you're not going to get as good a clock work as you get at home games where it ties in automatically to the scoreboard. But I will do my best whenever we have stops in action to get it kind of close. So different number kicking off, unless we have different numbers in red and white jerseys.
No, I was just looking at that. Number 80, Alan Lopez doing the kicking. He's 11th grader, 5'9", 170 pounds, and he's going to do the honors tonight.
Jose Martinez had been kicking the first couple of weeks.
Now Martinez was down there taking kicks for field goals before the game, so maybe this, what Martinez has done is the 3-step drop. So maybe this guy's gonna, as he's getting all the way back, probably a good 17 yards, and
yeah, maybe a little bit stronger leg.
Yeah, so Lopez for his first kick, and let me stand up here so I can see. And it's going to go on the right side of the field. It's going to be a fair catch. That's number 14 for the Maroon Tide that's going to call that. And they're going to have decent field position starting about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good angle pop-up kick there. I mean, got what the Indians wanted, kind of pinned them back around the 20-yard line and negated any chance of a return. So we'll see if the Indian front kind of changes up a little bit. I think in their base, they're kind of a 4-4. That first week, they were almost playing in a nickel with a 3-down front. This week, you're going to see a lot of running game here out of the power formation from Picayune. Maybe they'll slip a 5th guy up there on the front line.
Yeah, help me out with numbers here. 13 is going to be the quarterback. Get you a name here in a minute. They're going to hand it off the left side for the first time. The Indians are there. Going to be a very small gain, if anything. It looks like they're going to give about 2 yards. So we're going to call this 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, number 9 is the running back, it looks like, Wayne.
13 is the quarterback.
Number 46, Chandler Bradley on the tackle for the Indians. First one there. So 2nd and 7 coming up.
Xavier Dennis is going to be the ball carrier there. Quarterback Tanner Rayburn. Rayburn under center. You don't see that a whole lot. They're going to pitch on the right side on the sweep. They're going to be down across the 30 to about the 32, right at the first down marker. They're going to move the chain.
Yeah, that's a gain of 7. And that's not so much of the wing T look there, Wayne. They're in a power I or a regular I formation backfield. But 2 runs for the Maroon Tide, and they have a first down out to the Indian 33. So
this looks like wing T to me.
2 receivers, yeah, right here. They're more in the wing T look.
So they're going to hand the ball off the middle. Indians there to stop them. 4 or 5 white jerseys. And for the radio folks, we didn't even talk about the uniforms tonight. Indians come in with the red pants, white tops, and a red helmet. The maroon wave is all maroon. And I tell you what, I just looked up. Number 72 is a horse.
So gain a little over 2. He's going to be out just past the 35-yard line. We'll call this the 2nd 7 again.
72, Mitchell Smith, listed at 6'6", 337.
William Lyles having to come off. I don't know if he had a helmet come off or what happened there, but Indians are down a man. There we go. Picayune went back to the huddle, so Indians have time to get in the right place.
The Indians in a 3-4 set here. And I tell you what, when you look up there, I mean, he looks like an SEC offensive lineman out there. I mean, he's huge. So 2nd down and 8. It's going to be a pitch off the left side. He got a little room, and taking his feet out from underneath him is number 7 for the Indians, but that's going to be enough to move the chains again. First down, Picayune.
Yeah, it's Jacaden Smith on the tackle, but the toss to the left, and same result as the first set of downs. Fullback dive, pitch right. This time fullback dive, pitch left, and they're out to the 43-yard line.
So 1st and 10, Maroon Wave under center. They're going to pitch it again on the left side, and he's still on his feet. Got some run room to the 40, down across to the 35-yard line. Big gain there, and that's going to be a first down.
Yeah, he's going to get down to the 37. There's no secret to stopping the Maroon Tide. You got to have pressure on the defensive front and disrupt the running game. And Indians are going to have to figure out, I'm sure they're going to load up behind number 72 a lot tonight, seeing the size of that young man there. They're going to have to figure out how to get a push and get in the backfield and just disrupt the flow of this offense.
Yeah, 22 is Jamari Hawthorne. And Hilton, I was looking down, writing his name down as they went left side there. They're going to
be a gain of
forge ahead, to about the 31-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 7 yards, maybe 6. So far, the Indians haven't had an answer for the run. And we knew coming in we probably wouldn't see a lot in the air, and so far, no passes. But I will say this: during the warm-ups, I did watch the quarterback throw. He had some nice touch. I know he's a good baseball player, and so under center here again, there's going to be a pitch on the left side. Hawthorne's going to get it, and he's going to break through down across the 25 to about the 21-yard line. Another first down for the Maroon Tide.
So yeah, just a toss left there, 2 plays in a row for the Tide, and it's going to get him down to the 21-yard line.
And they've been really heavy on that left side behind that big body number 72.
Got a H-back lined up off his hip as well. And they're going that way.
It's coming right there for the Indians. Maroon Tide was marching down the field, no mistake, and the Indians perfect win.
Yeah, just a simple pitch. Same play they run the last 2, and he's unable to hang on to the ball. And number 45, Coden Anderson on the front line gets on top of it. Big turnover the Indians needed there on the first drive. They get the stop, and they'll start their first drive on their own 20 with 8:20 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was talking to Clay Sweet a little bit, and we were talking about the quarterback and the fact that they're going to run, and he said, yeah, but the cadence, you got somebody different in the cadence, you never know how it's going to work. So maybe a result there. So Indians 1st and 10, going to be a spread 5 wide receiver look. Ramsey's back to pass. He's going to throw over top on the left side. Not yet started. He went to the 50-yard line. Big catch it time right there, and the Indians came out in the spread offense. I like it.
Yeah, they only had 2 guys covering 4. Indians flooded the zone. They didn't have any safety help really move over, and nice throw there to number 17, Zay McGee.
And that's probably something you saw on film last week is that maybe they struggled with the pass defense. Indians the last few games have really come out and run heavy in the early part. So JoJo Thomas is going to get it up the middle. The Maroon Tide is there, and it's going to be no gain.
Number 74 on the tackle there. I do know on the front, Maroon Tide's got a guy committed to Auburn that's a defensive end outside linebacker. He may be number 12 playing in the middle right there, Wayne. You have to tell me what his name is.
53 looks pretty athletic, too.
If you told me his
event 74 looks pretty, I'll get your name in a second.
I think his first name's Nolan for some reason.
Second here on the near side. One set on the right. JoJo Thomas in the backfield alongside Jordan Ramsey. It's going to be Ramsey on the quarterback keeper. He's got the first down.
On the ball.
Yeah.
Pretty good hit there.
So Indians first down there on the carry by Ramsey, and that's going to get the first down. I think I just said on the first down twice, didn't I?
I wasn't paying attention, sorry.
Well, nobody else probably was either. So Thomas on the right side, 4 wide receiver look. 5 men on the front for the Maroon Tide. They're going to sweep out the left side. Thomas across the 40. The ball's on the ground. I think that was going to be down.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a fumble.
Yeah, they
definitely popped out, but
yeah, they're marking him down. Maroon Tide doesn't realize he's been marked down.
Yeah, he clearly went down. That ball popped out.
So gain of 4 on the play. Indians going right back to the line. They need to snap it while Maroon Tide's running off from the sideline.
So 2nd down and 5, back to pass.
Wide open.
And across on the top, he is just overthrown, very close to being 6 there. And
now we got a flag that came from the goal line back here. Now, I don't know what that guy could have called other than too many men on the field, but he threw that flag as soon as the Indians broke the line of scrimmage. But Indians flooded the zone there again, and there was only 2 defenders for 3 people, and that slot guy was running untouched into the secondary, or uncovered in the secondary. So maybe too many men on the field for the Tides, what it looks like, because I see number 2 is just now running off.
Hey, I was just waiting to see if anybody paid attention. The commercial with Alabama, high tide. I know it's the Maroon Tide.
So yeah, many men on the field. That's why the flag came out immediately. And that's 15-yard penalty. It looks like it's going to bring the Indians down to the 22-yard line.
That's a Andy Welter first down there, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, Andy, and pointing out that I said the wrong thing. I'm probably going to do it again tonight.
So
Indians back it up a little bit there. 1st and 10 here. The ball's placed at the 26-yard line.
Indians still in that 3-receiver look, and there's no help up there.
Well, they were going to pass there, and they're going to be whistled down. One of the
timeout by Maroon Tide.
The defensive lineman's getting a little chippy down there for the right
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. The Indians have found something they're exploiting there. Maroon Tide is just not shifting when we go to that spread set and formation, and the Indians are flooding the zone out there with only two people, and somebody's broke free on both of the passes so far in the game, deep for the Indians. So
number 72 is the big boy we've been talking about. It's going both ways, offense and defense. Mitchell Smith's his name. What was the guy you were asking about? Noah?
Nolan, I thought was his name.
Noah Eisenthorn, who's a defensive tackle. He's 5'9". I wouldn't be him.
I'm looking.
Roland Wilson, defensive end.
Yeah.
6'5", 259. Yeah, he is number 74.
Yeah, he is committed to Auburn.
Yeah, he's the big boy on the left side there. Yeah, you can tell he's a different species than the rest of the 10 guys out there.
No, he looks small next to 72. He's a big old boy too, though. So Indians.
It's all about perspective. You know, I look tiny versus Shaq. Shaq looks tiny versus the big tall Chinese guy. What's his name?
Yao Ming.
Yeah, JoJo Thomas up the middle, shifting around a little bit. What's some positive yards? Not going to go for a lot, but probably about 3-4.
Yeah, 3-4. Indians kind of shifted into more power formation here out of the timeout. Just trying to figure out the defensive call there for the timeout. See if they were going to try to spread out.
So 5, and that's going to be our normal kicker on the kickoff of the PAT.
Well, I had a scouting report from some listener out there that said that Lopez is the kickoff specialist. He's been injured.
Well, he's not injured anymore, really. So here's the snap. It's a low kick, and it's through. 7-0 Indians lead. Looking at offsides against.
The Indians are going to have to kick it again.
Which is fine. I mean, he didn't actually kick that very good.
Yeah, I don't think he can decline for any snap penalty, so. Back him up 5 and do it one more time.
So Jose Martinez, he's a 10th grader, 5'3", 186. Let him go stand next to number 72 and see what he looks like. One of us has got a lot of wind coming in there, Mike. I think it's you.
I don't think so. Mine's covered. I think
Here's the snap, and better kick, and same result. So once again, the Indians lead 7-0, 5:33 on the clock. And different look, I mean, you scouting the Indians the first half. We've been very run heavy, and they came out this time, really aired the ball out. I mean, really balanced. Look at them. So Alan Lopez, the 11th grader, he's going to be on to do the kickoff again. Last time went to the right side. Going to kick it. It's going to be a line drive. It's going to bounce at the 10-yard line. Nice job of stopping that ball by number 7. He's going to get up the middle. He's actually got some room on the left side, starting to speak to the 30. Nice job by William Law to make an open field tackle right there about the 33, 34-yard line. That could have been a lot more yardage if William Law wouldn't have made that tackle.
Yeah, he had actually kind of got hung up inside in some blocks, but was able to fight through and had the speed to cut off that guy before he was able to get to the corner. So 5:23 to go here, first quarter. Indians lead 7-0.
Never seen some noisemakers down here, like fans. I've never seen them before.
Yeah.
It's like the Indians cowbell, huh? Judd spent he's been to a couple games at Mississippi State, but he said his first, I guess, game as a student, and he said, man, it was those cowbells at nighttime, it was electric. So
I've been to one game there. They ring them the whole time. I mean, it does make it louder at points, but it's not ear splitting. It's just kind of annoying hearing them nonstop. But, you beat them and they quit ringing them. So, I mean, if you get behind on a Saturday night game, be expecting to hear a lot of them.
We'll be up there in a couple weeks for the Tennessee as the Vols come to Starkville. Actually, the Vols are in Starkville tonight. The number 1 ranked women's soccer team, Tennessee Vols, playing Mississippi State. We're up in the rowdy section tonight, Elton. I like it. It's boring in the box. That's the second time 72's kind of extended a little let nastiness after the play. So
What you're getting at in the whole situation is 72 was holding because Zero couldn't get away from him because he had him by the jersey on both sides. I mean, he gave away that he had him pinned underneath the shoulder pads because Jaquan was trying to get away and he couldn't.
well, Picayune's going to scoot back a little bit. I think they think this is against them. So they're calling a personal foul against the Indians and against Picayune. So it's going to offset about 2.5 yards. Indians in a 4-4 look. They're going to shift one. They're going to shift one guy back with them.
You're blocking that.
Huh.
I'm losing internet speed.
I didn't know that was.
Yeah.
So now I didn't see what happened, but they going to move the ball back 5 yards and make it a 2nd down and 9. I mean 8. Excuse me. So another tall Maroon Tide going to enter the game, number 36 in the wide receiver look. That's Brandon Elliott, 6'4", 198. And they're going to do a sweep on the right side. Hawthorne cuts back outside.
Blocking the back right there in front of the referee.
They're going to be down across the 40, about the 41-yard line. No yellow flags in the field.
Yeah, number 10 right there on the outside was coming up to make the play and got blocked by the wide receiver. I mean, right in front of the referee.
So clock 4:16, Indians leading 7-0 here in the first period.
So 3rd and 3 here from the Tide 41.
One wide receiver split wide. They're going to under center. They're going to hand the ball off on the left side. He cuts outside, got some running room to the 50, down to the 40, setting his feet. William Law makes a Superman tackle and saves the touchdown at the 25-yard line. Great stop, William Law.
That's back to their starting running back number 8 or 9. I can't tell if it's 8 or 9 with those jerseys, but big run there off the left side for the Tide.
That's the second big tackle Law's had this quarter.
Yeah, it's number 9. It was in the backfield, and it's going to get him down to the Indian 23-yard line.
So ninth run, Jamari Hawthorne. Let's see who their halfback is here. It looks like number 14. We're going to get that in a second. So under center, they're going to pitch off the right side. And up the middle, it's going to be down across the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Not going to be enough for a first down, but a gain of about 8.
Yeah, number 8, Jakari Smith getting up off the pile there from the secondary, gain of 6, I guess. Long 3, maybe a gain of 7.
So 14 on the carry. That is Jordan Hawthorne. So we got a Jamari and a Jordan Hawthorne. You think they're related?
Good chance.
Good thing is we can just say Hawthorne and we're good on either one of them, right? So Hawthorne's going to get it again right up the middle, and he is going to have the first down. Not a whole lot more, but they're going to move the chains.
Yeah, right at the 13. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tide. 2:41 and counting here in the first quarter. Indians lead 7-0.
And the Maroon Tide yet to throw a pass, Elton.
And I'm telling you, their game plan has it in there, but that's on the bottom of the play sheet.
Pitch on the left side. Indians going to clean up there. Number 8 for the Indians. That is Jakari Smith on the tackle. And I think that was Zy Graham that came in to clean up afterwards.
Yeah, gain of 4 on the play. But
for him anyways, didn't you? Elton, or you think they're going to?
Yeah, unless they just had a big loss on this play. And even if they had a big loss, then I think it would be, backing them up out of field goal position.
So heavy on the right side. They're going to go that way. Indians got some penetration in the backfield. They're going to have enough for the first down, it looks like, as that was number 9 on the carry, Xavier Dennis.
If y'all get a replay on that at home, agree with me that number 77 got taken to the ground right there.
So that's going to be 1st and goal, ball placed inside the 2-yard line.
Indians brought in Cam Clark to kind of play both ways. He's going to play on the nose right here in the bigger defense, and he kind of got hooked by the center, number 54, on that play, and that prevented him from getting to that running back, getting to the outside. So 1st and goal at the 3.
Clock inside a minute now. As they're gonna do a little trickery there and look like they're gonna pitch on the left side, and the Indians are gonna stop them for a loss there down at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, number 95, Amari Rogers.
Looks like they're gonna give him a loss of about a yard. The ball placed right about the 3-yard line.
And number 9, Gianni Mogado on the tackle.
It's actually on the 4-yard line. Yeah, Bogata, that's a name. He's able to be pushed in the end zone, and that's going to bring a third down and about a yard to gain.
Yeah, it'd be 3rd and goal just outside the 1. And
Indians getting a little chippy down there.
Well, I know, but it was against us. I think it was another lineman from the Maroon Tide.
Well, Jason Bass kind of went in their backfield there, like he was about to go take on somebody. The big stop opportunity comes for the Indians as the first period comes to a close. Quick period there as the ball's been on the ground most of the time. So Indians lead 7-0. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. All right, we are here. Second quarter action. The Maroon Tide on the 1-yard line. Indians stopped them inside the 20 on the last drive. Actually recovering a fumble under center. They're going to pitch on the right side. Hawthorne's got it. Hits one of his own guys, and he's driven back. I don't think he's going back.
He did not. He looked like he had daylight, but he ran right into the back of his guard. And the Indians filled that hole quickly, but he's down to about the 6-inch line. I'm going to go. So big 4th and goal here for the Indians.
Yeah, so they are going to, looks like they are going to go for it.
And I'm just going to go out on a limb, Wayne. They're going to run it behind number 72 on the left. They're going to power to the left side.
Well, I think it's a pretty safe bet. They're probably not going to pass it.
And it's going to be a little toss to the left side here.
Here we go, 11:26. Here's the pitch on the left side. He's down, and
Quarterback kept it.
he's going to be in for the touchdown. Quarterback kept it. Hey, no way. Oh, it's Hawthorne with it. The pitch on the left side.
Okay, quarterback dove through the hole then with an extra blocker is what happened. That was 22 on the carry.
Yeah, it's still Hawthorne.
All 3 backs are Hawthorne?
22 is Jamari Hawthorne. 14 is Jordan Hawthorne, and number 9 is Xavier Dennis.
Oh, Dennis. Okay, so one of them is not Hawthorne.
So a lineman kicking the ball here, and he booted that sucker.
Yeah, he had no doubt with that
Good
one.
Lord.
We got a flag, though. Looks like he may have to kick again.
Well, I'm guessing with that range, he's going to make the next one, too. 77. Let's see, get a name on him. That is Edgar Cruz. He's a tackle / kicker. 5'10", 270 junior.
So offsides on the Indians, dead ball, have to kick it again.
You think he's on the soccer team here for Picayune?
I'm going to doubt it.
High snap. He's a just good job of getting it down. That's going to be no good. He racing it out, pushing it off to the left side.
And that's a good penalty on the Indians there. Kind of iced the kicker, and he mishit that one to the left. So Indians are going to lead 7-6.
Yeah, that was the result of the cadence of the snap. That snap just kind of threw him off a little bit. But that's, you know what, 1 point can make a ball game, can't it, Dalton? So we'll take a quick break, be right back. All right, we are back. William Lai in the backfield alongside Jalen Johnson. Hadn't seen one kick deep to him yet, but this one's going to be way deep. And touchback in the end zone, halfway through the eye on Tide. Wow. It's the best kick we've seen hands down this year.
Yeah, that young man has a decent leg on him, I will say.
The kicker from Stanislaus, did he graduate last year or is he
Yeah, he went to
Florida?
University of Florida. Don't know if he's kicking for him or not, 'cause I don't know if his Florida scored yet this year, have they?
That's dirty, Elton. So Jordan Ramsey along JoJo Thomas in the backfield is going to be
Indians.
three receivers. Going to be a 5-yard penalty, making a little room for the Indians.
Yeah, a little flinch there on the left side of the line.
Stand up and get crunk. So same formation here. Indians, 2 wide receivers here on the near side, 1 on the far side, and this is going to be another penalty against the Indians.
Yeah, left side again moved, I think.
I don't think Coach Dubé is going to be very happy about that. False start against the Indians. Indians going to go quick to the line here as soon as they're like, let's get this going here. So first down and 20 to gain is Ramsey standing about the 5-yard line. He's going to do a quick pass out to the right side. That's complete to
Jalen Johnson. Should be.
Yeah, I couldn't see a number there. So not going to be a huge game, but it's going to get about 3 or 4 yards back, and it's going to be a second down and about 17 to gain here.
Yeah, unfortunate placement of the tent right there kind of blocked the view.
Yeah. H-back going to be in the game here for the Indians. Ramsey fumbles the snap, and he's going to throw a screen on the other side, and that is complete again to Johnson, who has really nowhere to run. He's down close to the 20-yard line, so it's going to get back another few yards, but it's going to be a third down and about 12. So here's the question: you take a shot downfield here, or
I want to at least get to the stick. So
speaking of sticks, something is certainly on fire near here. Well, if they got a cannon they shoot off or something, but so third down and 12. Ramsey gets it, looking upfield to pass, has to leave the pocket, and he throws over top. That is complete. I can't see that. 50-yard line. I can't see.
5 recent stint. It was just coming across the field on a big route. Good job by Ramsey stepping up in the pocket, having the awareness, know he was behind the line, and
did not overdo it. You know, he really kind of kept his composure and just kind of dished that ball out. And a big gain for the Indians and a huge first down as they crossed the 50-yard line.
Yeah, great job keeping his eyes downfield, because most young quarterbacks are going to just see that green and tuck it and try to get 12 yards. But he got the big play there, hitting Richard Stitt.
So Ramsey back to pass. Could be a hold there against the Indians, but no call. So Ramsey's going to keep the ball. He's going to be down across the 45. What an unbelievable catch right there by number 3. I think we know David Johnson. Good job, and he loses home. He's got to come off for a play, but to go up and get that ball was a little bit underthrown, and that's a huge first down for the Indians. Indians going to go quick here as they go up the middle. That's going to be a gain of just a couple yards. As they bring in, I believe that was Metcalf on the carry there. Going to swap back the H-back in.
Number 20, Dylan Dixon on the carry.
Was that Dixon?
Yeah. Number 20, Dylan Dixon on the carry.
Was that Dixon?
Yeah, bigger of the backs. So 3rd and 5 coming up here for the Indians at about the 6-yard line. Indians are going to bring in another receiver. Davey Griffin going to come in the slot. Jalen Johnson going to come in.
Thomas will be back.
They got too many men on the field. Indians have 12 on the field. They have a tight end in the game with 4 tight ends and a running back.
Yeah, coach not happy about that as he comes out screaming at the coach. He's like, you gotta count your players.
Well, you got to count your players, but the coaches on the sideline got to count the players too. They sent 12 in. One didn't just wander on the field aimlessly.
Yeah, but coaches can't yell at themselves.
Didn't just check into the game.
Well, he did. He just didn't check out of the game, apparently. So timeout here is they say, hey, we forgive you. Just don't do it again. Nice sunset here in Picayune today. It's kind of starting to dwindle away as it gets a little bit darker, but not quite the sunsets we see in Biloxi, but nice all the same. So JoJo Thomas is going to be the running back. They are going to have the H back in, split wide receivers on either side. 7:50 on the clock. Indians leading 7-6, and Thomas going to get the ball up the middle, nowhere to run. It's going to be 4th down, and the question is, the Indians going to take the points or roll the dice here, Elton?
Well, looking to the side, I don't see the field goal team stacked in there. There's an injury right now, so the Indians are going to get a chance to talk about it. You're looking 30, 24-yard field goal. It's at a weird angle. So I've yet to see him call for special teams.
I think you might see Ramsey boot out, and if you got somebody open, throw it. If not, run it.
I'm kind of the take the points if they're there for you. You've had a good drive. Don't let the Maroon Tide get a stop or something that gives them momentum here. That's number 55, one of the defensive tackles coming off for the
I was going to say that there's at least 10 personnel for the Marine Tide out there, and this guy just stands up and walks off like nothing even happened.
well,
So Indians going to be back on the field with their offense. They're going to not kick it, and they're going to go for it here. So Stitt here on the near side, on the far side, we have number 17 for the Indians. That's McGee, Zay McGee, and they're going to look his way on a slant. He runs out, and that is going to be incomplete. No flags on the play, and that is going to be a turnover on downs as the Maroon Tide will take possession.
ball kind of fluttered a little bit on him there, but still looked like a pretty catchable ball there coming across the middle of the field.
Yeah, I don't think it was I think it was a good thrown ball. It just kind of hit his hands at a weird angle and just bounced off, not able to get both hands on the ball. But I'm with you. I mean, we talked earlier. A bad PAT can win you the game. A missed opportunity on a field goal, if you're down by 2 at the end of the game, makes all the difference in the world. You know,
Indians defense steps up here and makes a big stop and flips field position for them. It's no harm, no foul there. Like I said, they had the play call. Indians just weren't able to execute it right there.
So 7:27. The Maroon Tide's going to take the ball here inside the 10-yard line, about the 8. Tight set, one wide receiver. They're going to do a little
end around.
Yeah, it's going to be for positive yardage to the 20. He's going to be across the 25 to the 35 to the 40. Finally tackled across the 40-yard line. Kind of a slow developing play, but had a lot of green to run there, and a huge gain.
Yeah,
Picayune.
Wing back coming around on the end around there and got around the edge, and Indians did a good job of pursuing.
So they obviously are shooting something here. They got the smoke. I see it coming on the other side there. So 1st down and 10, ball placed at the 44-yard line. It's going to be a pitch on the left side. Indians going to stop him. It's going to be just a short gain of about 2 or 3.
Yeah, Jay-Sean Bass stepped up in there. All right, Wayne, I got some feedback from the listeners. They want you to take it down a notch on big plays for the Indians because they said the audio goes haywire when you get excited.
Okay.
So maybe just bring it down to 9. Let's not go. They want not to 10 on the big plays. They said something happens. Our speech gets real slurry. I don't know if maybe we got you may have the volume too loud where we're clipping.
We'll go down a little bit.
Yeah. I think it looks like it's hitting the peak. Maybe that'll help.
So here's the handoff, going to try to bounce out to the left side, go back up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of about 5.
Yeah, bring up a 3rd and 3. All right, I think that's better because it's not clipping as much. Bring the excitement back. You can go back to 10.
I don't know who the Karen that said that was, but it's okay. We're not mad at you. Probably Hopkins, wasn't it?
Nah, he's watching a soccer game.
Okay. Pick up the next Pele. Tell you what, you saw number 50 walk off, and that was very Coleman Gazzo-ish. It was number 50 last year as he walks off the field there.
He made the tackle on that big run for the Indians.
I was talking to Jennifer last game, Jennifer Pyron, and her son was a senior last year, and just talked about how it's weird. You see your child's number that's been on the field for a number of years, and then somebody else in the jersey. It's a little strange.
Yeah, so number 50 on that play was Cameron Heisen, linebacker, making the tackle.
So 3rd down and about 2.5 to gain, ball right at the 50-yard line. It's going to be handed off on the right side. They got a 1st down and a whole lot more to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and he's going to be in the end zone. There's a yellow flag, but I don't think it's going to be. I see an Indian coming in off the field. Could be a personal foul against William Lai. Could be on the Maroon Tide here. This might be coming back.
No. Where do you see the flag at?
It's all the way over there on the sideline, and I think this is coming back.
They are talking. I don't see it, but I trust you.
Yeah, he threw it.
Is it on the 15 sitting out?
Well, they threw it, and William Law came in from the sideline, so it's almost like a cheap shot against him. I'm not sure the signal he's doing I don't know shrugs to is the Maroon Tide's going to tuck their heads and walk on back. No call yet, so here we go. It'll be a holding.
All right.
So that's going to take points off the board against Picayune. And gonna put him back in 3rd down again.
He's gonna back him up that far?
Yeah.
Yeah, holds at the 40-yard line. Well, if it holds at the 40 and you back up 10, that would put you at the 50.
They're going to repeat 3rd down. Now they're going to move it up a little bit. Here, it looks like they're standing in front of the 1st down marker now.
But has he marked it off yet? He has. So that's the 1st down. So they're marking it off, but it's still going to be a 1st down for the Tide.
Well, you know what, Elton? I'll take the 1st down over the touchdown.
Yeah. So they'll have 1st and 10 at the Indian 43-yard line.
So 5:43 on the clock here. Indians leading 7-6. 2nd quarter. The Indian band's getting warmed up down there. Under center, they're going to hand the ball off. Hawthorne on the right side. The Indians going to have a stop there right at the 40-yard line. Going to be a gain of about 2.
A little bit better job on the front line there. The Indians kind of holding their posture, and yeah, he's going to be just inside. Indians aren't real deep with rotating guys in on that front line, and they're going quick, run. It's going to wear on them as the game goes on. So Indians actually brought Cam Clark into the nose, and they're playing that 5-man front.
So it's going to be a pitch on the right side. Hawthorne gets it again, and he is hit and driven down. No gain hardly there. It looks like they're going to maybe give him a yard or 2. That's where we get 3rd down and about 6 to gain.
Yeah, down to the 38.
And, Elton, when we got here, we noticed the whole football team standing outside, just kind of sitting around. And apparently they said that maybe the heater was put on in the visitor locker room. They don't know. So it was too hot in the locker room to sit in there. So they had them sitting outside.
The old D'Iberville Warrior trick. We didn't realize the heater's been on for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. I saw a clip on the SEC talking about all the dirty stuff they do for visitor locker rooms. So 3rd down and 6 to gain. It's going to be handed off. It's going to be reversed to the right side, number 14.
He's down.
He actually hurdled him. That's a 10-yard penalty right there.
Hurdling is illegal in high school football, but he just hurdled somebody.
It does not look like they're going to call it. So it's going to be placed at the 31-yard line. 1st down That should have, you're right, it should have been a personal foul there.
And thanks to Miss Jessica Moss sharing that on her social media last week about she actually had the NFHS rules shared when somebody was arguing that it wasn't a penalty. But in their eyes, it wasn't a penalty.
It's not a penalty unless it's called, right?
It happened to us against Pascagoula last week. It was not called there as well.
So 1st and 10, Maroon Tide under center. They're going to go right side, and he cuts through the first line. He's still on his feet down across the 20, down to the 15, and finally driven down about the 13-yard line. Big first down, and the clock's going to be within 3 minutes and 40 seconds at 3:37.
So 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Indians love to have a big stop here before the half.
I'd like another turnover. Maybe a scoop and six. What you think about that? Pick six?
Maybe they get crazy and throw the ball, and we pick it off and run it in for a pick six.
Well, they've thrown it 0 times so far. They're going to hand the ball. There's going to be some flags down here as the Maroon Tide move forward about 4 or 5 yards. 2 flags come down in the backfield. Well, at least I thought they did.
It looked like it came down from the umpire.
I'm not seeing them. So 1st down and 15. The Maroon Tide can get a 1st down about the 2-yard line. Under center, they're going to hand the ball off the left side, trying to cut outside. Indians make a tackle right at the 15-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 4, bring up a 2nd down and 11. There is an Indian slow to get up here.
Front line.
Can't see, maybe number 75 for the Indians.
95 is on that front line.
Amari Rogers, if it's 95.
And it's not Meg. I've lost her. Haley. Sorry, Haley. Let's give you some scores around the coast. St. Martin leads Stone 7-0. Heidelberg leads Harrison Central 20-0. Laurel leads Gulfport 14-7.
Wow.
West Harrison and Gaucher scoreless. D'Iberville and Seminary scoreless. The game I don't see I was wanting is Ocean Springs Pascagoula.
Have you ever watched Breaking Bad?
Not really.
I just got into it. I'm on season 4 now.
I mean, it's been discontinued for years, right?
He said Heidelberg, and the guy's name's Heisenberg on there. And
14-7 Pascagoula in the first quarter of Ocean Springs.
wow. Wonder if they're running that big back over and over and over again. That's what I would do if I was their coach. So speaking of running, Picayune's offense back on the field again. 2:34. The clock is running. And under center, they're going to pitch on the right side, trying to find a seam there. The Indians are going to say, no, sir, 3rd down.
Yeah, good job on the edge there. I don't know if that was a cornerback or outside linebacker really sealed it off and didn't give him a spot, pinched him back into the line. He was able to gain 2, but it'll be 3rd and 11. 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9, yeah.
Ball at the 13-yard line. We're going to be just under 2 minutes when they snap it. And depending on the play, you may look at Coach Dubose taking a timeout here to save some time for the offense.
You know, it'd be interesting to see if they don't get it here, if they elect to kick the ball. Indians elected not to kick the ball, and if we would have made it, would be 10-6 right now.
So Picayune lets it run down to 1 second, and they call the timeout. So 1:46 remaining in the half. Indians lead 7-6. We'll be right back.
Minute 46 on the clock. Indians with a huge 3rd down play here.
I think here's where you see the pass come from him, Wayne.
I don't think you are.
I think it's going to be from a running back, though.
Well, halfback pass?
they've set you up with that little toss sweep so much. They'd have to toss it left because all the receivers are on the left side. That's not really conducive for your running back throwing unless he's a lefty.
Under center, they are going to throw the ball. They throw it right over the middle, and Indians break it up. There was a bunch of contact, no call there, and that is going to be a 4th down.
William Lai was covering the slot receiver and help from safety Jacaden Smith, and Picayune is going to run on the field goal unit.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked they went over the middle there. I mean, 3 Indians were sitting there. That was definitely the more risky of the options there they had downfield.
So this is going to be a 30-yard attempt, and it's all the way on the hash, so he will have a little bit of an angle here.
The big old bruiser coming in. Here's the snap. It's a slow snap, but he boots this ball. Definitely has the length, and it is going to be through the uprights.
In the half, they're going to make some adjustments.
Haven't heard this song in a long time.
So
Turned down for what?
Ocean Springs just scored. It's now 14-all.
You know, Pascagola's got 2 D1 D-backs in their backfield. I think both of them are like SEC guys. So Lai's going to be standing at the 5-yard line. Jalen Johnson going to be about the 15 here on the right side. Minute 37 on the clock. So 77 only going to do about a 5-yard drop here. Probably going to try to pop this up a little bit. Not necessarily. William Lai is going to have an opportunity. Jalen Johnson tried to go take the ball out of his hands, but William Lai is going to be upfield. Down, cuts back all the way to the right side, down to the 20. Still on his feet. He's going to be down at the 20-yard line. That was funny. Jalen Johnson really tried to take that ball out of his hands.
Well, I'd have liked to seen after that happened him kind of come throw a block for him on the side instead of just kind of run up the field. You know, they're both back there for a reason. Ball was angled more towards William. So Indians at 1:29 to go in the half are going to take over on their 20-yard line. Trailing for the first time, 9-7.
So Ramsey came out throwing the ball. So 4 wide receiver look here. JoJo Thomas in the backfield alongside. Ramsey back to pass. He looks upfield and he's going to throw to the sideline. Stitt not paying attention as he's just kind of staring off the ball right at his helmet, and that goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that just totally whizzed by his head. And
I don't know what he was looking at, but he wasn't in the play that time.
as one of my old coaches used to say, if you're just going to stand there and watch, buy a ticket.
Well, he should have bought a ticket that time. So 2nd down and 10. Thomas going to move to the left side. Actually, he said, psych, I'm going back to the right side. 4 wide receiver look.
So the Indians still have they have man coverage here on the bottom. They got a safety over the top for the 2 receivers on the far side.
So they're going to throw over the top. That's complete at 27. Got across the 40-yard line. Big game for the Indians. That was David Griffin on the reception. A nice throw by Ramsey.
And a good job hanging in the pocket by Ramsey because Nolan Wilson put his pads in his chest right after that ball was released. But
So,
nice accurate throw across the middle to Davy Griffin.
4 wide receiver look again. Clock right at 1 minute and 6 seconds as it's handed off. Ball on the ground, and Ramsey's going to get back on top of it at the 35. Indians probably going to call a timeout here.
Got 2. Use 1.
So clock's going to keep moving. I guess they're going to get on the ball quick as the wide receivers get back. It's going to be a 2nd down and about, what do you think, 16?
Yeah, maybe 17, yeah. Come on, guys, let's
42
go.
seconds on the clock. They're going to snap it. Ramsey looks upfield. That's again intended for Griffin, number 3 for the
down the middle of the field. You know, maybe that ain't down the middle of the field. You know, maybe that ankle still bothered him a little bit last week. He was not able to plan on it and throw, but
I think he's really only had 1 pass. It's been off the one that we had too many men on the field, just a little bit overthrown. All the rest of the throws have been right on target. Even the one to the Stitt when he wasn't paying attention, he was right on him.
So Indians are going to play just inside the 35 of the Tide. 28 seconds to go here. Indians trail 9-7. You figure the Indians probably got to get to the 15-yard line or so to be in reasonable field goal range, Wayne. So that's going to be our guess.
I can tell you this: our kicker doesn't have the range their kicker has. He's done a good job. He made one from 35 last time, so yeah, I think you're gonna have to be definitely inside the probably 20-yard line. So here's the snap. Touchdown will be better. Those over top intended for number 12, but that is something. And the thrown there, and the Tide returning the ball. That's going to be a blindside block if they don't call that. He just flipped that guy big time.
And I did not move the camera. I'm sorry, I was working on the computer, but that was one of the poorly underthrown balls. Overthrown. The Indians tried to sneak Broderick Andrews out of the backfield and run him down the seam, and ball was overthrown by a couple yards, and the safety just playing center field there for the Tide, able to make the pick and get a run back out to the 41-yard line.
So you think the Tide will take a shot downfield or just take a knee and take it to half?
They won't take a knee. They'll run a pitch play left or right. And I would be shocked if they put it in the air. I think you're going to see toss right.
So pitch to the right side. Indians going to stop it with about a 4-yard gain. Clock at 9 seconds and counting, and would not expect them to try to run another play. So I'm gonna be honest, Elton. If you came into this game and said, "Hey, it's 9-7 at halftime," I think you feel good about that. I mean, 19 minutes here for halftime plus a little extra land yap, and so we'll be back in about 25 minutes as the Indians will receive the ball for the second half. Enjoy the halftime show.
My mic's going to be hot.
All right, after both bands performed, we are back for some football action. 9-7, the Maroon Tide lead the Indians. Indians will receive the ball. You need to go all the way around. You must have picked that up at some point.
Need to pick that up. Yes, yes.
They're caught by Richard Stitt, and the ball is going to be right at the 35-yard line. The Indians will take possession.
Yeah, that's odd. He's got the leg to start you at the 20, and you only pop it up there to the 35. Helps the Indians out there.
Yeah, maybe just thought they're going to kind of catch him by surprise there or something, but no surprise there. Ball at the 35-yard line. Indians going to come out. 3 wide receivers here on the near side. We're going to have an H-back in the game. JoJo Thomas, the backfield. Thomas is going to get the ball off the right side, cuts up field. Couple good job of holding on to the ball. Several folks try to knock that ball out. He's going to be across the 40 to 41, going to be a gain of about 6 yards.
Yeah, nice little cut back there to the inside. Picks up 6. 2nd and 4 coming up here for the Indians.
They got a mark. Looks like 5. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Tell you, Elton, the bands really do a lot of work for these performances, don't they? Here's the snap. It's going to be Thomas again. Thomas trying to find a hole, and one of the Maroon Tide's able to get his jersey and hold him up enough for his teammates to come up and help, and that's going to be a 3rd down.
Yeah, no gain. I'll tell you, 72's got to be a really well-conditioned young man because he plays probably 75% of the snaps on defense and all of them on offense. So 3rd and 5 here for the Indians. Maybe a loss of 1 on that play.
So hard count there. They are going to get somebody to jump, and it looks like it's going to be 5 yards against the Tide here.
And it's going to be really close. We'll see if 5 yards gives them the first down.
They're going to against the Indians.
No. All we did was clap. I did not see a flinch on the front line
I'm
there.
going to say this. The guy that jumped, it didn't look like he really jumped across the line, so
Well,
that would have been a little ticky-tack call if they would have called it against them. So it must have been somebody moving on the offensive line we didn't see.
unless they're calling it on the center being too, too demonstrative with his clap. But
So
I
3
didn't see
wide
it.
receiver, diamond formation here. They're going to back to pass. They're going to have pressure going in. Number 74 going to throw over top, intended for Jalen Johnson. Going to be overthrown, and that's going to be incomplete. And the Indians should see the punt team for the first time tonight. Ramsey throws a pretty ball. It's a 2nd one in a row. He's done a little too far, but had a lot of really nice passes today. So Indians on to punt. Good snap. Ball is up. Nice spiral kick. It's going to be fair caught at the 30-yard line. And a nice job by the punt team there for the Indians.
Yeah, it's going to be a punt of almost 40 yards down to the 31-yard line.
And I believe that was the backup quarterback, Cam Smith, who did the punter there. Punting. So the Tide going to take over. The Tide threw 1 pass in the first half.
That was nearly intercepted.
So motion, Hawthorne going to move from the right to the left side. It's going to be a quick pitch. That's going to be number 9, Xavier Dennis. He's going to be hit for just a short gain. Give him about 3 there. So 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, nice job kind of setting the edge over there with Gianni Molgado. And I'm going to tell you, those offensive linemen are some big nasties for Picayune. They play to the end of the whistle. Saw at the end of the play as the guy was going down, they're still shoving people on top of the pile at the end.
Yeah, Jakari Smith a little slow to get up there, but he pops right up and back into his position. So here's the handoff. It's going to be a dive up the right side. No gain. Maybe it's a yard.
Yeah, he's going to get up to the 35. So
Yeah, nice job by the defensive line for the Indians to set that wall. Third down.
3rd and 6. And really, there's not been many plays where Picayune's been behind the chains where you even thought they were going to throw the ball. So maybe they're in a situation in here where they try to pass it on 3rd and 6.
So Elton, since we're calling the football game, and on the football side, the Mississippi State Bulldogs came back and had an upset victory over the number 1 Tennessee Vols. So that's going to be a false start there against the Indians, offsides as they blow through and knock somebody down.
I thought that guy flinched on the front line, Wayne. I mean,
maybe he did. I didn't see him.
I thought that guy flinched.
Well, the referee said they didn't think so. So 5 yards, and that's going to be right at the first down.
Yeah, and now it'll be 3rd and less than maybe half a yard. What happened there? The quarterback jumped up out from under center real quick, like he was getting a signal, and Indians moved on that quick move out from under center by number 13.
We'll say this, Elton. If you're going to get 5 yards, make it count. He made that count.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and about a half a football. It's going to be handed off, and it's going to have the first down and more as they get to the 50-yard line. That was a different number running the ball. Let's see if we can get
It's number 9.
9. Okay. That's Xavier Dennis. He one of the 3 guys that have been on the carry for the Tide tonight.
He's going to be out almost to midfield.
So, Elton, we talked a little bit about scores at halftime. I think if you remember right, Gulfport down 2 scores to Laurel.
14-7 Laurel.
Okay, so a score. Ocean Springs was up by a touchdown. Is that right?
21-14 at the half.
Got another flag here. This looks like it may be against Picayune.
Yeah, that was.
They never got set there. False start against Picayune. So would have been nice if they'd have done that a play earlier, but they got the first down at 15 versus 10.
Let's see. I'll get you update here. If I can get past all the ads of the ScoreStream app. Everything he clicks an ad for Candy Crush or something.
So on the ground, left side, they're going to drive him back, but his momentum is going to bring him forward for about 2 yards. So we're going to call this 2nd down and 12.5.
All right, at the half, Ocean Springs 21, Pascagoula 14, Laurel 14, Gulfport 7, St. Martin 7, Stone 3, Heidelberg 44, Harrison Central 0, West Harrison 7, Gaucher 0, and D'Iberville 21, Seminary 7.
2nd down and 12 under center. They're going to go dive up the middle, and he plows ahead for about 5 yards.
So, yeah, another 3rd and 6 probably coming up here.
We're going to call it 3rd and 7, Elton. We're not going to give him that extra yard.
Okay, I can live with
And
that.
I'll tell you what, number 72 came out of that line strutting because I think he pulled there and was the lead blocker that helped get those yardage. So here's the big 3rd down play here for the Indians. It's going to be a pitch on the right side. Hawthorne, who's got the first down into the secondary and almost runs over one of his own players, has to set up a little bit. He's inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Big gain for the Tide, first down.
Yeah, 72 was on the end of the line there. He was an eligible receiver in that formation, and they just tossed out to his side, and he kicked out the end on that side and good cut back there by Hawthorne. So 6:30 to go here, 3rd quarter. Tide lead 9-7.
So handoff here is going to go to number 9, cuts it right back up the middle and gets through. He's on his feet, and he is going to be in the end zone for a touchdown. Looks like he was going to be hit just a couple yards through and just kind of comes out stumbling and stays on his feet and when he got through the line, there was no other white jerseys there, so that's going to put 6 points on the board, and it's going to be 15-7.
Be nice. The Indians can come in and get a finger on this one, keep it a 1-score game.
Well, 77's missed one already. They had a high snap and kind of threw the cadence off a little bit. This is a good snap, and he booted this ball through the upright. 16-7, 6:13 on the clock. Indians getting the football back and going to have to find some offensive production. You know, like I said before, Indians have really kind of struggled to kind of get going in the second half. First possession here, kind of more of the same. So, I know that Coach Dubois is going to get these guys fired up and get this offense rolling here in the second. So, we'll be right back. So 6:13, kicker here for the Tide has got a big leg, and he's had a touchback. He put one on the 1-yard line. The last time he popped it up just in the secondary. So here's the kick. He is going to go deep here. That's going to be at the 1-yard line. They're going to be caught and fumbled by William Lye, who gets the ball, tries to cut up field. He's going to be right down back to the 20. Same results as last time.
So let's see how the Indians come out and approach this drive here. They got to get some momentum back on the offensive side and overcome these third quarter blues.
So
3-receiver look.
yeah, 6 minutes off the clock so far here in the second, almost the halfway point of the third period. And here's the snap. Jordan Ramsey looks upfield, throws to Richard Stitt, who makes the catch at the 25-yard line, gain of 5. Actually, it looks like more than that where he's marking it.
And that's going to be the Heat timeout.
Well, while they do that, we're going to hydrate ourselves. We'll be right back.
This little formation here, Wayne, you got a little big on big. The Tide have switched Wilson over to left end. He's lined up head up on Ainsworth over here now. So big on big. Let's see what happens on this side of the line.
Yeah, second looks like 6 here. Actually, it looks like they marked on the other side. So they're going to fake play action there. That's going to be batted and almost picked off as it falls to the ground. There's going to be extracurricular. There's going to be a penalty. Number 74 kind of threw his arms around. I'm not sure if somebody from the Indians provoked him or if it's going to be against the Tide, but it's going to be a 15-yard penalty here. Or offsetting, one or the other. So personal foul against the Tide, it looks like.
Somebody just got ejected.
I think it was number 74. He must have got ejected. That's their big dog on the defensive line. He's got thrown out of the game, which means he'll be out for at least.
Means he misses the next one.
Yeah, and if they caught him throwing a punch, which he kind of threw his arms, and he is visibly not happy. He must have said something that he heard to get him thrown out of the game.
Yeah, I didn't see contact like that. I'm going to say it was words that got him ejected, and that's in the MHSA rule book. And they may be a little loose with how it gets played sometimes, but if it's loud enough, everybody hears it out there, and it's within their right to call it.
He's going to take it to the clubhouse. He is out, and one of the coaches is going to track him down here. So that's a big deal for the Indians because he is a force.
Yeah, he's been causing all kind of disruption on the front, and their defensive line just went from an average of 6 foot, 240 pounds to 5'8", 195 once you removed him.
Yeah, that should open up some run opportunities for the Indians. And the Indians have really done a good job hitting up the middle, and that's going to be a first down for the Indians.
The Indians will be out at the 40-yard line. If you're the Indians, you got to play composed, because once those flags start, they're going to be more cognizant of everything, and they're going to be calling everything because they want to keep this game under control. So you got to play smart here if you're Biloxi. Like I said, everything's been getting chippy after plays, and that chippiness is going to probably start drawing flags.
So it'd be interesting to see how that impacts the game plan for the Indians, and whether or not we take some more opportunities on the ground.
Well, right now, 72 is not on that defensive line, so I would say we right now have a size advantage on the front at the line of scrimmage.
So JoJo Thomas in the backfield, 4 wide receiver look here, 1st and 10 Indians. Thomas is going to get it off the right side. He's got some running room down to the 50, first down and thrown out of bounds. No call there. The fans here jumping up and down when the 15-yard unsportsmanlike out of bounds. But
so like face mask is what they're signaling. I didn't see it. He was right there on the sideline, but good run by JoJo Thomas off the right side. Indians in maroon tide territory.
So 5:37 on the clock. Indians 4 wide receiver look. They're going to flip the side. Thomas in the backfield is going to move.
And I'm telling you, Ramsey looks really comfortable in the middle of the field. And I'm telling you, Ramsey looks really comfortable in the middle of the field throwing the ball. He puts good zip on it, and nice throw and catch there.
So quick back to the ball. Thomas is going to get it up the middle. He
found right at the goal line. But Indians aren't looking there. They're looking to punch it in right here. Look at your guy in the slot, totally uncovered, Wayne. Jalen Johnson right there.
Yeah. They're going to call
Jalen Johnson right there.
Yeah. They're going to call a timeout. Coach is going to run on the field to get his timeout.
Yeah.
I don't think he liked the matchup there either.
So. Yeah, I don't think the Tide was aware that he was totally uncovered.
Indians with some momentum here, 4-13, trailing 16-7 in the third. We'll be back.
So the Indians going with the big formation. You fix to see William Lai in the backfield running the beast formation. I hear everybody around here yelling. So
the Wildcat formation?
It's going to be a Wildcat. It's going to be empty with William Lai in the backfield.
They have a tight end and an H-back in here. You think they're going to go right side here. So Lai's going to get the snap. He is going to go right side, right behind the H-back, and he's going to get about 3-4 yards there. And you would assume that if they're going to run this formation, they're just going to pound it down all the way down to the end zone.
They're expecting this to get it to the end zone. So 3rd, and we'll call it a long 4.
Now 72 is in the game here. The big 6'6", 331 guy.
Yeah, let's run away from him. Run to the other side.
They got him right in the middle. So false start there by the H-back. 39 is going to cost us 5 yards. You may see the Indians pivot here away from this formation.
Yeah. Got to.
Yeah, Ramsey's going to come back in the game alongside JoJo Thomas and some wide receivers. I do like it, though, the beast. I mean, you just get a big set and just drill the ball straight down their throat every time. So 3rd down and about 8 to gain.
I'd like to.
Back to pass. Ramsey's going to throw in the flat. Nice job. He's got to complete to JoJo Thomas. Touchdown. Yeah. Away from being
Yeah. very close to being a Maroon Tide touchdown. They had read that play, but ball got by him. And I'm telling you, JoJo made a really good catch because it wasn't really in front of him. He kind of reached back and able to get his momentum, swung back up the field and tiptoed down the sidelines. Indians answered with a big score.
So 16-3, and I really kind of thought the Indians may go for two here, but they're going to attempt the PAT. It's a good snap. The ball is up and through, and with that, it is a 2-point game. 16-14 Indians trail. But with some momentum here and some excitement in the stands, Elton, a big stop here can really turn things around.
Yeah, defense has got to come out and make one big stand right here. Get the turnover, make them punt, something other. You just got it's back to a one-score game. If the Indians can get the stop here, you just feel like whoever's going to have the ball last is going to be the one that comes out on top.
So 3:19 here on the clock. So Alan Lopez on to do the kickoff.
So actually, Lopez attempted that extra point, I think, Wayne.
Well, here's the kick. It's going to be on the right side. It's going to land right at the 10-yard line, fielded by number 7 for the Tide, who is hit hard and dropped by number 15 for the Indians. He left his imprint on that. And they're going to have the ball right at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, 14. Make sure that young man gets a little recognition because he laid the lumber right there on that one. That's DJ Thomas playing safety out there for the Indians.
Think he's related to JoJo Thomas?
I don't know.
There's some guys with JoJo Thomas shirts down there. I'm not seeing any DJ Thomas shirts, so I'm guessing that maybe not.
I'm going to go to the Wayback Machine. Maybe he's related to Delius Thomas. You know who that was?
Yeah.
The do-all defender that came from Southern Miss about 15 years ago, maybe 20.
Probably at least. 3:14. Tide takes possession, cuts on the right side. That's going to be number 9 who gets outside, and he's going to be down close to the first down marker. I think he's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, I thought the Indians had him hemmed in, but he's able to get a little jump cut around the end on the outside there, and they're going to give him 8 yards.
Actually, yeah, and actually a pretty favorable spot for the Indians. Xavier Dennis was on the carry. You're just joining us. The quarterback for Roberts for the Tide is out this week with a injury.
And the fullback, Macon Burnett, is out with a broken leg. So their regular fullback's not in the game.
So Tanner Rayburn is going to be the quarterback, and he's been under center and all night long. So run there on the right side. Indians going to stop him, but I believe it's going to be enough for the first down right at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, give him 35 and a half. That will move the chains.
Indians did get a big turnover on the first drive. The Tide went all the way down to about the 15-yard line on a pitch, just mishandled it. Indians able to get on top of it, and since then they've done a good job of protecting the football. And Indians have had one turnover on an interception and a turnover on downs. We've yet to stop them with no points on the board except for the fumble. So it's going to be right up the middle on a dive, and it is going to go for about 3-4 yards.
Yeah. Gain of 3 out to the almost, yeah, they give 4 out to the 40-yard line. And that's just a straight dive. That's just the guys.
To about the 43-yard line. Going to be a 3rd down and 4 game. And the Indian fans getting fired up here, trying to get these boys motivated to make a big stop.
3rd and a long 3. A little offset eye here, different look here.
So snap's going to be a pitch on the right side. Indians there, but nice job of Hawthorne of blowing through and getting across the 50. Big gain of about 7 yards. Indians had a couple guys contained there waiting for him, and he just shifted back up field and left him standing in the dust.
Yeah, I thought he was in a. They had a good job of setting the edge, and they were able to maybe get some pursuit from the inside, but he had a good cut back to the middle and was able to beat those pursuit up the field for the first down. So Tide are in Indians territory. It's 49-yard line. Would be the last play of the first half. I mean, the third quarter, sorry.
So under center, here's going to be up the middle. Hawthorne's going to go, and he is dragging Indians still on his feet. He's going to get about 15 yards. He was hit almost at the line of scrimmage and had at least one, maybe two white jerseys on his back the entire ride.
Yeah, and that's where I kind of talked about earlier. The Tide are just going to keep running plays, and the Indian without a real strong rotation on the defensive side, I think you're starting to see a little weary tackling by the Indians right there on some of them runs up the middle where they were stuffing and maybe able to stop them in the first half.
They may have a cramp here the way he's acting.
Yeah, the Tide running backs are able to break through some arm tackles right now.
Didn't get a number on who's down here. All right, the injured player, Gianni Mogado, who just kind of came off gingerly. Looks like he probably had a cramp. Hope that young man was able to work that out. And I heard one of the dads down here a minute ago talking about some pickle juice. So maybe maybe he'll get a little pickle pop there on the sideline. 33 seconds on the clock. The Tide taking their time out.
They don't have to run a play. The clock should have reset to 25 seconds, not 40, after the injury. But they reset it to 40, so the Tide's going to just go right back to the sidelines. After the ball stopped, you don't reset it to 40. 40 is only after a play's run. So a little goof there by the play clock's going to allow the quarter to run out, save the Tide 5 seconds. So at the end of 3, Picayune leads Biloxi 16-14.
Indian defense getting height coming down here.
So scores around while we're here in the end of the quarter. Ocean Springs 21-14 over Pascagoula. Heidelberg 44-7 over Harrison Central. Laurel 14-7 over Gulfport. St. Martin 14-3 over Stone County. West Harrison 34-10 over Gaucher. Yeah, looks like it would have came from the umpire where you usually find. Yeah, looks like it would have came from the umpire where you usually find that holding call. So that's going to back them up. It's going to make it a 1st and 16 for the Tide, just outside the Indian 40-yard line. Side, and Indians did a pretty good job of clogging up the middle. 77 Cam Clark in there playing nose right now, trying to give the Indian a little.
Tell you something else, and I felt that one.
So 3rd and 11, big play here coming for the Indians. You think it's a passing formation, but don't give up on the run.
I don't think it's passing.
The Maroon Tide will run it twice on the toss play.
Well, I tell you what, the fullback came up limping on that play, number 30. So in the backfield is going to be number 9. None of the Hawthorne boys back there. That's going to be Xavier Dennis. Under center, they're going to pass, looking upfield. He picks out to the right. If anybody did, he's going to hit. That could be 15 yards. That's going to be a undisciplined play by the Indians. As he had already let the ball go, we came and leveled him. That is a clear 15-yard penalty against the Indians. Unnecessary, because that probably would have been a turnover on.
Well, I mean, they'd have been playing 4th and 11 and probably going for it. That's a momentum killer there.
And it was just an undisciplined play. I mean, that should have never happened, But kid sees a quarterback and has a target on him, and takes a shot. So he's going to pay the price here. That's going to put him inside the 20.
Yeah, and it's going to be a first down. So instead of 4th and 12, it's 1st and 10 for the Tide.
Actually, about the 22-yard line. So the Indians going to have to find a way to stop the ball here.
Heck, they're going to spot it on the 20. They just kept moving it forward.
I hear some of the parents griping about it. That was a clear penalty. So first down, they're going to hand the ball up the middle to Dennis, and he gets clobbered again.
Come Thompson on that one. I was able to identify the flying object on that play.
Yeah, he came up from the middle linebacker spot and put his shoulder pad right into his gut. That did not feel good.
Still,
7 down and 8 to gain.
Yeah, he's still able to get a couple yards. They're going to go to a bigger back, one of the Hawthorne brothers here.
Yeah, 14 and 22, the two Hawthorns. It's going to be a pitch off the left side. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back. This thing's going to get up to about the 15. So it's going to be a gain of about 2. We're going to 3rd and 5. And this is a huge play for the Indians right here.
Jason Bass on the tackle there from the linebacker position.
You know, so if we can get a stop here, even if they get a field goal, it's 19-14. It's a 5-point game. So Indians come down and score a touchdown, can take the lead. So this is a absolutely crucial stop.
5 here. And 72's in the game. I thought he was lining up at fullback. He's going back to tackle.
Yeah, that would not be fair. It's like the refrigerator parry. Oh, we got a flag.
Somebody lined up off sides.
It's gonna have to be. I would think this is gonna be against the Tide. Oh, it's against the Indians. Offsides against the Indians. Which is weird because they didn't even let him get set. How can he be offside before they're even set?
I'm gonna give the eye roll on that one, Wayne.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Is that guy from Pearl River County?
I had several friends told me you would see why Picayune's so hard to beat at home because of their friends and Stripes, and I'm like, Picayune's a good team. They don't need help from the Stripes. Well,
they got some help there.
They just got some help from the Stripes. So 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
The Indians need a turnover now. They're going to bounce out right side, have plenty of running room. He's going to be hit at the end zone, but it is going to be a touchdown at the goal line, and it's going to put 6 on the board instead of 3, and that's going to make it a little more difficult for the Indians, but still 8:25 on the clock and plenty of time.
Well, Indians have got to get to this kick and make it a 1-possession game. I mean, they've got to get a block here. Usually William Lai shows up in these positions. See where, of course, Picayune's short a man on the line. That helps with your block prospects.
Get a little cocky, just say, we're going to do it with 10, huh? So here's the snap. Good snap. They are going to get back there, but kick's going to be up and through. So Indians need to score quick and find a way to stop because the Tide is really taking a lot of time off the clock, keeping the ball on the ground.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate, Wayne. 2 penalties just gave 3 first downs to the Tide. Indian defense looked like a couple stops there. And undisciplined play gives them those first downs. So Indians need a quick answer here. So Jalen Johnson's going to be the deep back this time.
So that's going to be a wobbly kick. It's going to go to William Law, bounces over his head, and he's going to field the ball at the 3-yard line, and he's got a big challenge to get upfield. He's going to get only about to the 11-yard line. That ball, when he went to go field it, just kind of bounced straight over his head, and him and Johnson just kind of looked at each other like, who's going to get this?
Well, I was hoping it was going to take one more bounce into the end zone, but I think he had to pick it up. I don't know for sure that it was going to get into the end zone there. So Indians going to start in their worst field position of the night, needing to go 90 yards here to answer that Maroon Tide score. The Tide's got a two safety look now, trying to guard again from the Indians.
Yeah, Thomas in the backfield alongside Ramsey, H back in the field. They're going to look upfield to throw. Ball's thrown to Thomas, who has the ball hit him in his hands and a little bit tough to catch, and it's going to bounce out of him and incomplete. Kind of got a little twisted up on that.
Yeah, maybe a little bit to the back shoulder when he was kind of going up the field expecting it.
Indians going to sub out Thomas and put
Dylan Dixon
in there.
May see that same route. You just look for Zay McGee to kind of clear out on this side. Well, no, we're going to go four receivers.
Yeah, empty backfield, 5 wide receivers, 4 on the right side, 1 on the near. They're going to do a quick screen out to the right side. That's going to go complete to number 27. That is
Davey Griffin.
Griffin, who almost had a chance to break that, but not going to get it. It's going to be a 3rd down and about 4 to gain.
Yeah, Indians had numbers there, so that's a good job by one of the Tide defenders breaking through and making the block there. You may see the same thing coming to this side to Jalen Johnson. They've got the numbers.
So Thomas is going to come on the field. There's going to be some confusion here. We got 1 too many, it looks like, and
that's not a good time to burn a timeout. We still had 16 seconds to get that player off the field. The Indians are going to talk about it with a big 3rd down coming up. They have a 3rd and 4. They trail the Maroon Tide 23-14 with 7:44 to go in the ball game.
You going to run through the scores and quick out? A little break?
Well, if there's any of them changed, I'll let you know. St. Martin is now up 21-3 on Stone. The Gulfport has scored. It's 14-14 versus Laurel. And that is the only change. The Iberville's still up on Seminary. Heidelberg up big on Harrison Central, and Ocean Springs up on Pascagoula 21-7. So Indians come out 3rd and 4. Look at them to swing it out here to either JoJo or Jalen at the bottom. They've got numbers. Look, they got 4 guys with really only 3 covering them with a little help over the top.
Really kind of 2 covering.
So this is just going to be an extended handoff, basically.
Oh, he fumbles it. He's going to get on top of it and get rid of it to Jalen Johnson, who's got the 1st down. And some nice job by Jordan Ramsey to keep his wits right there. As the ball hits the ground, he picks it up and makes a laser straight to Jalen Johnson. And we all know as soon as he gets going, he is shot out of a can.
Yeah, really good job by Jordan to keep us cool there. And I like that formation. The Tide does not adjust for that 4th receiver. The Indians always have numbers there when they line up that way.
So they're going to stay 5, but 3 and 2. They're going to be back to pass, throw downfield. Ramsey almost sacked there, but gets through and dips it off. That's thrown to number 10, JoJo Thomas. Thomas takes that hit. But like a batter, he keeps on kicking, and he's going to get the.
Maybe just a cramp or something. So Dylan Dixon's going to run in. Maybe just a cramp or something. So Dylan Dixon's going to run in.
He's going to go down. I think it's an equipment issue more than anything. Dixon in. It's going to be 5 wide receiver. Look here. Ramsey's going to keep it up the middle. He's down to the 45-yard line. It's going to be short of the 1st down, but it's going to be a 3rd and short, about a yard to gain.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. Indians bring in Nate Powell here to play the H-back. Give him a little bigger look with Dylan Dixon in the backfield. Got to go quick, guys. Clock's ticking.
So 3rd down and 1.
Come on, guys.
Confusion here. The clock, play clock's at 11. Little confusion on what the play is here. They're going to move Dixon to the right side, back to the left side. Clock's at 3. They're going to get it off. Little counter play, it looks like, but he's going to have enough for the 1st down, but they wasted about 30 seconds there.
I know what they do is they kind of go to the line of scrimmage and try to call the play based on the formation, but you're down 2 scores with 6 minutes. We got to be quicker about getting that play in.
Well, Dixon's going to come off with his helmet off, and so that's going to bring in number 24 for the Indians.
29, Metcalf now in the game.
29, Marquise Metcalf.
And they're going to stop it with 5:46 for the final heat time out of the game. So Indians on the move at the Picayune Maroon Tide 43-yard line. They're trailing 23-14 with 5:46 to go.
About 46 on the clock. Fourth quarter action. Indians trailing by 9. Driving here as they started the drive on the 10-yard line. They're all the way down to about the 42, 43-yard line.
The Indians going to go 3 receivers to the bottom, 2 receivers to the top.
Yeah, empty backfield here.
Look for Griffin right here in the slot. All he's got is deep safety help on him.
Yeah, they may take a shot deep here. So back to pass. Ramsey's going to throw mid-range. That's going to I think that's Metcalf that made the catch, 29 out of the backfield.
Yeah, he had to get rid of that. 72 came clean through there, and Ramsey didn't really have a chance to look down the field.
So about a 7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3 here. Ball placed at the 36-yard line.
Still taking us awful long time, it seems like.
Yeah, clock at 5 minutes now. Thomas back in the backfield. They're going to motion jet sweep. Look, it's going to be faked, and Thomas can get it up the middle. Off the right side. That's a runner. He's down to the 20. Saving his feet to the 15-yard line. Gain Indians. First down inside the red zone.
I mean, get it right now. I mean, you're at the point where you can't really look at formations, man. You just got to go with a play and trust with your call and not necessarily look at matchups here.
Well, they didn't. They stopped the clock for a minute, but they just saved them about 10 seconds for the Tide there as they didn't wait for the chains to get down there. So they're going to be a false start against the Indians here. It's going to be 5 yards.
All right.
1st and 15.
Get back to the line because they're going to start the clock again. As soon as that ball snapped, they're going to start the clock. There it goes. Get back to the line of scrimmage.
So not a sense of urgency here. Is about 20 seconds get off the clock. Ramsey's going to be a design run on the left middle. Not a whole lot there. He's going to be back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10.
Inside of 4 minutes.
So hopefully they call a couple plays and we're going to get back on the ball and run.
So that gets him back to 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Ramsey kind of walking over to the sideline, and French is not overreacting here, just kind of saying, hey. So 3:43 on the clock. Ramsey's going to move Thomas from the left side to the right side. 3 wide receiver look here.
No.
And back to the left. And the Indians are going to have to call a timeout. Dubos very frustrated.
Well, we wasted 30 seconds before we called the timeout. So Indians are at 3:34. Now they're down to 1 timeout. They're pretty much putting themselves in a position where if they score, they got to onside kick it because they're not going to have any timeouts to work with defensively.
$401-558 split the pod.
That was not me.
We're out there.
It wasn't me. I did not buy a ticket.
So if you're the coach here, do you say, hey, listen, guys, here's 2 plays, 3 plays?
I mean, I would, but this play I would look for a deep middle here.
Maybe we're gonna say, hey, we're gonna run the ball, try to get some try to find an opening and then throw the ball or whatever. Call a run and a pass play.
Yeah, you know that Ramsey's felt most comfortable throwing it down the middle of the field. Look for either Jalen Johnson going down the middle or maybe McGee running a slant post, Stitt running a post. Actually, Stitt's your best option because the safety's rolled over to McGee's side.
So motion here, it's gonna be jet sweep. If the ball's coming down, and now it's gonna be the ball game as the Maroon Tide jump on top of it. Fumbled ball there. Ramsey just took his eye off of it. And that ball is going to be turned over, and the odds just went from not good to really not good, Elton.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Indians drive have already moved 70 yards up the field and, had the chance to get it back to a 1-score game. So the only thing to even it out now is they got to get a turnover here quick.
Well, I can tell you this. They're going to be under-centered. They're going to hand the ball off, and there's a 0% chance they're going to pass the ball.
Well, that's for the whole game. They're still at 1 pass for the game.
2 passes.
2, that's right. Both incomplete.
Well, and yeah, the second one.
They got a 15-yard penalty.
Absolutely. So 3:29 on the clock. Indians have used 2 timeouts. They got 1 left. It's going to be snapped here. It's going to be handed off and going to go for it for just a couple yards.
Heck, that's almost 5.
They're going
Four.
to get, 2nd and 7, about 3 yards.
That was a new back.
And one of the Marine Tides just went down. He went down, and number 72 picked him back up. So what are you doing?
It's the running back, 34.
He needs to get out to 54. I think
54.
it's probably the guard. I'm not sure why he wouldn't just run off the field. All right, 2:49 on the clock. Under center, they're going to hand the ball off right side again. Indians going to stop them.
Good
Basically,
job.
Indians call a timeout here. So they're going to wait until the next time they can stop them. So
Yeah.
it's going to be about a gain of 1. So we're going to call it 3rd down and about a long 5.
Indians would have run blitz there. Mulgado coming up from the secondary. And you got to sell out again. I mean, if they beat you over the top here, so be it. But you got to get that stop. 3rd and 5, maybe 3rd and 6 here. They'll snap it right at 2 minutes.
So motion here, the H-back's going to move side to side. It's going to be a pitch on the left side. Indians are there, but they're able to break away. Going to get them on the outside. The ball comes out, but it's going to that's not a good call. He was moving with them the entire way out. If they call a 15-yard penalty against us, that's a bad call.
Well, here's another one. They just threw a second flag because I think somebody for the Indians let them know that it was a bad call.
Yeah.
So there's going to be 2 15-yard penalties, unfortunately. Now, the first call may have been a face mask is all I can think. Because you're right, the contact was well within the field when it started.
So they're going to come over to the sideline and talk to Dubose here. So
Ejected.
So they are going to move 2 15-yard penalties up the field.
Well, with only one timeout, Wayne, they can.
I didn't see anybody get ejected, but you would think they're just going to keep the ball on the ground here.
Yeah, they could actually take a knee, I think, 3 times or 4 times and run the clock out with the Indians only having one timeout. But I assume you're going to see the handoff here to Hawthorne, number 14. So if you're the Indians, tackling the football.
It's going to be a dive up the middle. They're going to get about 5 or 6, and that's going to be minute 40. They're going to snap it with about a minute 3, minute 4 on the clock, probably.
Be a gain of 6 on that fullback dive.
So 2nd down, 3, minute 17 on the clock. Still got 8 seconds. I'm a little surprised they went ahead and did that. Breaks a tackle, gets the 1st down and more. He's down to the 30-yard line. Clock is going to be at a minute 8, and they're going to stop the clock to move the chains here. We started the play clock early. They're going to have to reset that.
Not really going to matter. There's a minute right here on the clock. Indians don't look like they plan on stopping it. So I would just say take a knee here. Why take a chance of turning it over? Yeah, they're out.
You don't want to take a knee till the clock gets inside 40 seconds here.
Well, they're going to have a hard time there. But yeah, this will be the last snap of the ball game if he waits a second. And he didn't. They're going to have to snap it one more time.
So what had promise for the Indians was negated by a couple turnovers. I mean, we had a shot downfield. It was the interception overthrown, and then of course the fumble here at the end of the game. But I mean, I'm going to be honest, Elton. This is a huge leap for Ramsey as far as what I've seen him, as far as his comfortability throwing the ball, accuracy, through a nice pass. I mean, I think the Indians' offense looked good. I think they were a little overmatched with some of those big bodies. They really struggled to get some offense going for big number 74. Whenever he got ejected, it was a completely different deal there. So, looks like Coach Dubos, little extracurricular talking on the sidelines. The other coach is going to get over there and wrangle him back up. And
So, I think the big thing that you've heard Coach Dubose say during the week, and I'm going to preface this, we saw a lot of good things tonight out of the Indians, but the Indians as a younger team have to learn to win these games because they were there and had the opportunity, and just, a bad play here would kind of kill the momentum, or a penalty at the wrong time would kind of stop what they were doing on one side of the ball. And, the Indians went blow for blow with the Maroon Tide here. They're going to end up down by 9, but it's so the little things really matter when you get into a matchup with a team that's like this. And make no mistake, Picayune says their team's down. They expect to be in the state championship in 6A this year. I mean, every year Picayune expects to be in the 6A state championship. So these guys,
well, that's exactly what I was going to say. Is it disappointing to lose a game, a tight game? I mean, we easily could be 3-0 right now. I mean, we've been in every single ball game. We haven't been blown out. But there's things you're going to learn, and playing a team like Picayune and having to grind on those run and over again. I think our defensive line's did a pretty good job. I mean,
yeah, like I said, Picayune ran basically 2 plays the whole night to different sides: fullback dive or toss pitch. And it's not really a toss; it's an off tackle play, but they toss it back to the guy running off tackle. And the Indians, the Tide moved the chains, but the Indians really didn't give up the big play. So they made the Tide work for it, and they played well defensively too. I don't want to take anything away from the defense. Just got to get over that hump, and I'm going to be honest. Next week don't get a whole lot easier.
I was about to say,
So next week you go to Hattiesburg, and Hattiesburg was in the 6A state championship last year. They may be down a little bit because they lost their quarterback and their coach.
well, what we've seen, every game's been a little different. Last week we had 2 stud defensive backs in Pascagoula. This week we had 2 stud linemen, one on either side of the ball. Next week we're going to go and see a stud receiver, one of the top receivers in the country, maybe the number 1 receiver in the country.
How much money did Tennessee pay for him to make him flip?
I'm sure they're paying him a lot.
And you judge miles a league on high school activities, but the young man the other day was on the front of Adidas.com. So I'm pretty sure, there's everybody knows who Tristan Keys is, and like he's going to be the matchup next week. The Indians are going to have to figure out how to cover that young man on the outside, and they have other good skill positions outside of them. If you just focus everything on him, they're going to hit you inside with the running game too. So
yeah, well, safe travels back. We got about an hour's drive home tonight, and hope everybody makes it home safely. And Elton, the last words.
Well, I hope everybody. We had a great crowd here tonight in Picayune. It's a much easier drive to get to Hattiesburg. It may be 10 minutes longer, but it's straight up the highway. Hope to see 500 people more make that trip next week to Hattiesburg, and cheer on these young men. I mean, they got something brewing here. They just need the people get behind them, give them that support, and help get them over that edge. And we'll see if they can do it next Friday night. So we'll see you from Hattiesburg, and go Big Red.